We got the Recoil Audio R46. These came out last year, and they ended up getting pulled from Amazon because there was a lot of people having a hard time with it, and so they like turned it over to me, and they're like, "All right, Chandler, see what's." And I'm like, "I don't have fucking time for this shit." And so, a couple things they updated, which was, come to find out, it was just dumbasses. So there's a lot of really just dumb people, and sometimes when you lower the price point too low, which in the case of this fine equipment it's too cheap. So I think, we'll look here in a second, but I was offering them for $75, but I think that those days are over. And but here is the unit. Basically, it's very, very similar to the P610 that I was clearing out for them. Again, there's software. This time they included a USB drive with the software on it, I think, to load on your PC. They also have the DRC, which is like I don't know if you guys remember the Rockford EPX and EPX2 that had like a wired remote. Same thing. So same idea. Yesterday when I picked these up for Colby Doby, I asked about it, and they only got 6 of them in, and so they're going to sell those on eBay, I think separately, because you don't need it. It is nice, but you don't need it. And remember, for a DSP, basically you set it up once and then just forget it. You don't ever touch it again, and then you just control everything with your master volume, or if you have an equalizer ahead of that, that's fine as well. Again, I like that. I'll put a link to it in the description, which is that Black Diamond EQ. Again, all the EQs come from one factory. That's why they all look alike. That's why they all, and they have like 5 different models or whatever. But that and super tweeters all come from the same factory. Let's see. Colby. Oh, but I just want to introduce it to you. So here's the wired. This one has input and output, high level input, and then speaker output, because it has a built-in 4-channel Class D amplifier. Each channel is 2 ohm stable, but you're not going to get any more power out of it. Again, I've talked about this, about the way that Class D overloads. It is 2 ohm stable, but it's not magically going to give you more power. So 4 ohm is fine, you're going to get maximum power. 2 ohm is fine, you're going to get maximum power at each of the 4 channels. It does have channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, channel 4, channel 5, channel 6 outputs. So front, rear, and then subwoofer. And then there's your input. And then you've got your PC interface, which it comes with a USB for PC interface. Again, you can use a PC on a cart or a laptop as your interface. And then it has the remote control for the DRC. And then I think this could be for direct USB play, meaning like if you have a little jump drive that's like up to 1 terabyte, you can just plug in there and then there's your music. But I think you would need the either a Bluetooth software interface on your phone to control it, which I don't recommend. You can also just use this as a charger. That's another way to do it. And then it's got, of course, optical input. If you I saw this on the Jaguars, they only have FiberLink interface, Toslink, and that's another way to be able to interface this with your OEM setup. So let's open up the box real quick. This is the new box. It's thicker. It has more padding. After some wiggling and jiggling, we got that off. There's the manual. Read it, even if you ignore it. Here's the unit. Inside, you got the USB cable for interface. Here is the wired harness. Again, this is for input and output, but on the input, it's only high-level input. Okay, if you already have like RCA, like either from, I think this also has Bluetooth. I'll have to check it real quick. But if you have a Bluetooth interface or an EQ, you want to just run RCAs. It's just easier that way. And like this is also good for OEM integration. So like if you have a fancy pants car like a Lexus or a BMW or something like that, you can basically bypass the. You wouldn't bypass it. Maybe you can bypass it. Again, on the P610, they used to give me a bunch of harnesses. Those are all gone to interface with different premium luxury cars like Cadillac, Lexus, BMW, I don't think they got into Porsche or anything like that, but Porsche is just VW anyway. So, and then there's your USB guy. All right. So that's what you get. That's the package. That's the R46, which is, again, it's this yellow color, which is, I still don't understand their L3, which is level 3 product line, because like the woofers are not that great, but the rest of the equipment is. So again, I don't understand that, but whatever, it's not my company. So 4x50 watts at 4 ohm or 2 ohm, 31 band EQ with time delay. It's a very basic, again, it's very basic, but that's basically what you get. Oh, and this is DRC2, sold separately. The ones that I saw packaged were just called DRC, and then you can look that up on the, you can go to edgeholdings.com to see the stuff before it comes to the US market. This is from the Recoil Audio website. And then we're going to go to Steven's store, which they're selling it for $90, which is still a really good deal. Okay. So let's see if they, yeah, this is the new one. So, but again, they were going to pull them and they were going to liquidate them out to me for cheap, but nope. It looks like they were just dummies. Also, if you get like a little Amazon sticker on there, it's not used. It's just a return. Amazon oftentimes will put a sticker on the product so that you can't send it back to Amazon. Does that make sense? So sometimes I forget what it's called, but it's some sort of thing so that you can't resell it, even though it's fine. And Steven backs up all of his stuff. He wants you to get a good deal and he wants you to be happy. So this is the Recoil Car Audio website, or eBay. Oh, it's not Steven's, but Steven runs it. So, but again, you can get all this stuff that you used to see on Amazon, but isn't there anymore, is going to be here. So, and then I don't think they have a direct interface yet. Yeah, I think they're just doing this. They don't have a big staff. They've hired 3 or 4 people now, and so they're growing, as Curtis Navarro was so curious about, the audio legend that is Curtis Navarro. But again, we'll be talking more about Recoil products in the future. If you have any questions, you can talk to me. What's his name? Scotty, Sonny, I forget. The tech guy ended up going someplace else. So they got a new tech guy, Justin. Justin's really good. Justin used to work at Lightning Audio back in the day for Larry and company, and he's now running tech support. Again, for Recoil, I like to be a good surrogate for you guys to just point you in the right direction. But again, search around on the Recoil Audio website. There is also the retail website, which is Recoil Audio USA. I told them to back that off just because it looks so foreign. It almost looks like a this is just my opinion. To me, it looks almost like a foreign website, and especially because it's very volatile on the pricing. I think I don't like the way that they were using it, which was basically to undercut dealers, and we want to go for more dealer support. And so I think what I recommended anyway was them going back to this website, which is just recoilaudio.com, and then having either a buy option on this website, or I told them just to add a hyperlink that goes to the Recoil Audio USA website. But they want this to be the global information site, and then they divide up the globe into regions. So there's Recoil Audio Australia, there's Recoil Audio Philippines, there's going to be Recoil Audio UK, Europe, Africa, Middle East, and I think they still control Asia. So, and everything is shipped out of China. So again, these guys have global reach. If you want to go to the global site, which is the parent site for brands like Recoil and Cicada, you can go to edgeholdings.com. Okay? Thanks guys for watching. I love you.